Dexter wanted to say something, but he spit out blood before he could. He felt like his chest was going to explode. His heart was being subjected to a lot of pressure. If Dustin applied more force, he might just explode. Stop. At this moment, Cody stood up suddenly and shouted, "Hey, Dustin, how dare you? Let Mr. Dexter go. Why? Are you getting yourself involved?" Dustin slowly turned to look at him with a sharp gaze. Cody instantly felt scared and nervous. However, thinking about the wealth he could gain and the chance to curry favor with the Fallon family, he gritted his teeth. He mustered his courage and took a few steps forward. "Dustin Reese, you've gone too far. Mr. Dexter is from a prestigious family. There'd be serious consequences if you hurt him. If you know what's good for you, let him go now. Apologize publicly, and maybe they'll let you live." Cody spoke with his nose in the air with a false sense of bravado. If he could protect Dexter today, he would have earned some favor with the Fallon family. This could be the chance to bring the Ostrower family into the elite circle. "That's right. I demand that you let him go now. If not, you'd be in big trouble." Harper followed suit. Dexter might be a little down on his luck now, but he was still a decorated general. If she could win his heart, even just to be his mistress, it'd be an honor. "And if I refuse?" Dustin smirked. "You wouldn't dare." Harper glared at him. "Dustin Reese, you'd better know your worth and know what's good for you," Cody exclaimed in a stern voice. Even though the rest didn't voice their opinion, they all had the same thoughts. Dustin might be skilled, but he was a nobody. Natasha might be on his side, but she could never challenge the Fallon family. The wisest choice to make was to stop before it was too late. "Really?" Dustin slowly applied more pressure on his foot. Dexter, who was under him, felt suffocated as his eyes rolled backward and his face reddened. He was short of breath, and he felt as if his heart was going to jump out from his chest. The fear of death enveloped him. Don't kill me." "Today was a misunderstanding," Dexter croaked and spoke with great difficulty. At that moment, he was really scared. When death was upon him, he couldn't care less about his status and dignity anymore. If he could live, he would gladly renounce all those. He still had a good life before him, and he could enjoy endless riches. He didn't have to risk his life unnecessarily. "Mr. Dexter, don't be afraid. That guy wouldn't dare do anything to you. He's just trying to intimidate you." Harper tried to comfort him. "Intimidate?" Dexter's mouth twitched, and he was almost tempted to start swearing. His chest was this close to being crushed by Dustin. How was that just intimidation? "Mr. Dexter, please hold on. I've already called for backup. When they arrive, Dustin won't be able to escape." Harper continued to encourage him. "Stupid motherfucker, could you please shut up?" Dexter swore in his heart. His life now depended on Dustin. If he were to challenge Dustin any further, it'd be certain death. If he weren't under constraint and powerless, he would have punched her brains out within moments. He wanted her to pacify Dustin. Instead, she was hurling threats toward Dustin. Did she want him to die faster? "Dustin, it's funny how we got to know each other through this fight. How about you let me go, and I'll pretend like today never happened?" Dexter suggested meekly. "If I let you go, I don't think I'll live past today." Dustin retorted coldly. "No, never." Dexter quickly shook his head. "I swear I'll never find fault with you for this. It's fine if you don't blame me for this, but I need to teach you a lesson." Dustin wouldn't let him off easily. He continued, "You disturbed my woman and behaved so arrogantly. Now, you want to get off scot-free? It's not that simple. What do you want then?" Dexter suddenly felt nervous. "First, I want a public apology. Second, stay away from Natasha. Third, compensate me for my emotional distress. When you fulfill all these, I'll let you go." Dustin listed out his conditions. Dexter was about to reply when Harper interrupted him. "Dream on. Who do you think you are? How dare you demand an apology from Mr. Dexter? You're delusional. Dustin Reese, I'm warning you. You'd better know your limits. Let Mr. Dexter go and surrender yourself. If you do that, you might get to live. If you continue, Death is your only way out, Cody yelled. Harper and Cody were in cahoots and had the same goal in mind. You. Both of you. Dexter spit another mouthful of blood as he got more agitated. These two bird brains were really going to get him killed. Mr. Dexter, don't be too upset. Help is on the way. Hold on. Cody tried to comfort him. Dustin Reese, you'd better let Mr. Dexter go now. If not, I'll not let you go. Harper shouted viciously. As she shouted, she stole a glance at Dexter. With her professional performance right now, surely she would have won some favors with Dexter. Dexter was speechless. He gritted his teeth, and he looked as if he could eat her alive. His annoyance toward Cody and Harper was deeper than the anger he had for Dustin. These two idiots. He'd cripple them if he survived this. Dexter Fallon, are you going to agree to my conditions, or are you going to be stubborn till the very end? Make your choice now. Dustin remarked coldly. Yes, I agree to your conditions. Dexter gave in. If this continued, he'd have died from blood loss. Very well. I hope you're a man of your word. Dustin nodded and lifted his foot off Dexter's chest. Dexter felt as if a heavy weight had been lifted as the fear of death slowly dissipated. He greedily took in big gulps of air. Dustin had applied too much pressure on him. There was one thing he was sure of. If he had argued back or displayed any tendency to retaliate, Dustin would have killed him instantly. This guy was a lunatic. Dexter took big gulps of air as he broke out in cold sweat. He felt as if he had survived an apocalypse. Never in his dreams did he think that Natasha's boy toy could be this strong. He was also ruthless and had no fear of the Fallon family. Was he ignorantly arrogant? Or did he have a powerful backing? Mr. Dexter, are you all right? At this time, Cody and Harper finally dared to walk up to him to check if he was all right and to show him their loyalty. They shouted at Dustin just to please him. If they could take this opportunity to become his confidants, they would finally have the chance to join the elite social circle. They were very close to living the easy life they had dreamed of for so long. Mr. Dexter, there was nothing you should be afraid of. You could have continued fighting till the very end. I don't think he would have done anything to hurt you. Harper pointed her chin toward Dustin with an arrogant and disgusted look. In her opinion, he was just feigning bravery. After all, if he were a normal person, he wouldn't have openly challenged the Fallon family. Dexter Fallon, if you're unhappy with how this turned out, you're more than welcome to challenge me again, Dustin said. Without any expression, he added, you try, you die. Harper glared at him and said, Mr. Dexter, help is on the way. You just say the word, and I'll make sure he pays dearly for this. Just fucking shut up. Dexter shrieked as he punched Harper in the face. Harper was punched so hard that her head was raised upward. She fell limply on her bottom after staggering a few steps back. Her nose was flattened, her front teeth chipped, and blood dripped from her nostrils and mouth. At the same time, she was dizzy and dumbfounded from the punch. She had no idea what just happened. In fact, if Dexter wasn't weak now, she would have nearly died from that punch alone. Mr. Dexter. Why did you hit me? Harper covered her nose and mouth, looking upset. She had no idea what went wrong. She was obviously trying to help. What did she do to deserve a punch? She wasn't the only one confused. Cody, who was observing from the side, was surprised as well. What just happened? Had Dexter lost his mind because of the fight? Couldn't he differentiate friends from foes? Punch you? I just want to kill you right now. Dexter gritted his teeth and wanted to continue. However, before he could do that, his knees went weak, and he almost fell. Mr. Dexter, I don't know what Harper did to upset you. But could you please do me a favor and dash Cody tried to help Harper, but before he could finish the sentence, Dexter backhanded him. Fuck you. Dexter yelled. Who the fuck do you think you are? Asking for a favor from me? Do you even fucking deserve it? Get lost. Heh. Cody was caught off guard and almost lost his balance. He was a little lost as he held his burning face. Fuck. Had this guy finally lost his marbles after the fight? Why would he ignore Dustin, his enemy, and vent his anger on them? What was the logic behind his behavior?